Hey guys, today is March 28th. It's I don't know, about 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning, somewhere in there, and we're sitting around the fire. We've been having some conversations and chatting, and so what we're going to do is we're going to have our fireside chat, and we'll talk a little bit about what happened last night. I got Chris sitting here, and of course, as you see, Greg's over there, and we got Rob's over here. And so last night it before bedtime, we had some activity. We had a few of them around us. Not a whole lot in the line of like twinkle lights and stuff like that, but there was definitely some stuff going on. Especially if you look back behind me, that's kind of a hotbed of activity there, and yeah, over here on the side of the hill, and there's just you know anywhere in here can be hot for activity, but back behind me in the that hill I just showed you is where most of the activity seems to initiate. But at one point, I'm brain farting. One point last night, I'd got a communication, and there's a female individual that lives in here, um, whose name is Chireen, and I had an interesting communication. Now I don't think it was from her, but somebody telling me something about her, and it's pretty long and drawn out. So I'm probably just going to save that for a video all on its own, because there's a lot of detail to it, and I don't want to take up all the time with the fireside chat on that. But um, it was just an interesting night. We had movement all around us. I mean, Chris, your take on?
Yeah, it was a it, there was activity around us last night. It wasn't a lot of deep interaction. Um, they were here. We had movement. We had the twinkle light kind of manifestation going on and off, and that didn't last a super long time. We called it kind of early. Long day yesterday, getting up here and getting prepped, and Greg and I hit our tent, and about half an hour after we laid down, we both heard footsteps around the tent. That was about the most physical manifestation of anything that was going on. It was a great vibe in here last night. There was Kevin got kind of hit with some strange energy later on in the night, where he just felt like he was amped up and maybe a little euphoric. I uh, I didn't I didn't I didn't detect that on my own, um, but it happens. We've all had that type of phenomenon occur at different times. Not we don't always get it at the same time either. There never seems to be a lot of rhyme or reason to it. Um, but this is a great spot. This is a place where we've had some. I mean, it's called Crazy Town for a reason, because we've had some just absolutely bizarre and incredible things happen here. We never know. We never know. You don't know what you're going to get. The mere fact that we get anything where we can attribute to these guys, that's incredible sometimes. Anything's always validating and incredible. And some nights there's nothing, and other nights there's, you know, extraordinary things that go on. And, we're just kind of along for the ride, glad to be around it, and glad to get the interaction when we get it. Kevin had some later night things happen. I'm sure he'll talk about at some point.
Yep.
And so my take on it was, first night out's always great. It's a little bit warmer here than it's been the other times we've been here this time of year, which is nice. It's nice to sit by the fire. The conversation is always great amongst us. I mean, we don't all lockstep on one specific thing, and that's one of the great things about the Arizona Fort, is that We're all experiencers. We're all witnessing the same thing, but we don't interpret it all the same way. And we don't argue. We just bring our perspectives out and let each other examine them and pick and choose what fits our own personal puzzle piece. You know, the jury's always still out. We don't speak in definitives and a surety. We just talk about what we see and we try and discern it to the best of our abilities. So anyway, that's enough out of me. Turn it over to Robbie.
Robbie, speak up, brother.
Following up what he said is, I'd have to say that we're pretty much all on the same floor, but we're all at different windows. We view things a little bit differently, but we're experiencing stuff. They were here last night. It was dark, so I really didn't get any glimpse. A couple of times I thought I saw something, but it was too dark to say anything for sure. But I definitely know they were here. They had some communication. Kevin had some. I had like one or two that couldn't confirm nor deny it. But it was a good evening. It was good.
Yep.
Rob out.
Yep.
Rob out.
Greg, you got anything to say? Nothing much. Okay.
He's a deep thinker.
Yeah. All right. So, went to bed last night, and somewhere around 11 o'clock, I think it was. The only thing I can say is there is either a light earthquake here, or somebody shook my cot. It's not really that my tent moved, but my cot moved. It kind of like that, enough that it woke me up. Off and on throughout the night, footsteps around my tent. I was, kind of given a visual. Some of this stuff it seems so off the wall that it's hard to talk about sometimes. But I was given a visual of five. I'll say between 15 and 17-year-old teenagers. That were playing around down here. Is that the case? I don't know. But that was the visual I got. But the most unusual part about the night, and I don't remember exactly what time it was. It was probably around 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock, somewhere right in there. I woke up, but I was absolutely paralyzed. I couldn't move. I couldn't talk. I mean, I could think just fine. I was looking around. I was very aware of what was going on around me. And it felt like I had a pressure or something around my chest. And they kind of let go of me, that paralyzation type thing. And then I got the holy hell zapped out of me. I mean, it felt like I was hooked up to a Sears Die Hard. I mean, I was just like, wah! Footsteps around the tent. What happened, I don't know. Did they give me some type of a healing? Because I've got some medical issues going on. Did I get an exam? I have no idea. It'll be a while before I will say, yeah, I had a healing, or maybe I had a healing, or no, I didn't have a healing. Right now, I don't know what went on. I know it was very peaceful, and it was and love involved in it. And it's just such a great thing when something like that happens. It's hard to explain, exactly how that feels. And it's one of the things that just really helps drive me in what I'm doing out here, is these kind of interactions, that seem to be on a deeply personal level, and I just greatly enjoy it. And then, I was talking with Sir Robbie this morning, and he said it sounded like about 5 o'clock this morning something bounced off your grill. And I'd heard it too. I said, no, I don't think anything bounced off the grill. I think what had happened, I got my griddle here, and that's what I heard.
That's what I heard.
And somebody opened it up and closed it, and I could hear something messing around on the table, and so.
I was awake when it happened.
Yeah. So that's just some of what we've had, the first 24 hours up here, and we haven't been here 24 hours, but that's kind of what we got going on. And so I'll just kind of pan around and yeah, a lot of activity comes from up there and down behind us. But I'm going to let you go. This is the Arizona 4. We're out. So peace out.